Have you ever really stopped to think about what's running the show inside your computer or your phone? I mean, we click, we type, we open a million apps, but behind it all, there's this powerful manager making everything work without a hitch. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on that manager, the operating system.
So, to really get our heads around this, let's start with a kind of weird question. What on earth does your computer have in common with a super busy airport? I know, it sounds a little out there, but seriously, trust me. This one analogy is the key to unlocking everything.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the planes. I want you to think about all your applications, your web browser, Spotify, that game you have open in the background. Every single one of those programs is like an airplane, and they're all trying to use the airport's resources to get where they need to go.
So, what are those planes carrying? Well, passengers, of course. Every click you make, every file you save, every YouTube video you stream. That's your data. Picture it like thousands and thousands of passengers, all with their luggage, all scrambling through the terminal at the same time. And where is all this madness happening? At the airport itself, right? Well, that's your physical computer hardware, your processor, your memory, your hard drive. These are the actual runways, the gates, and the baggage carousels. It's the physical stuff that everything else depends on.
Now, just imagine for a second, all those planes, all those passengers, and all those runways just operating with no one in charge. It would be absolute chaos, a total disaster waiting to happen. So the big question is, who is directing all this traffic and keeping the whole system from, crashing?
And that is exactly where the operating system, or OS, comes in. So here's the official textbook definition for you. The OS is the software that manages a computer's hardware and software resources, and provides services for computer programs. But put simply, it's the master controller. But hey, forget that technical definition for a minute. If you remember nothing else, just remember this. The OS is the airport manager. It's the ultimate boss up in the control tower, and it has the final say on absolutely everything that happens. So we know the OS is the manager. Great. But what does that manager actually do all day? Let's take a look at its official job description, and we'll break down what it's really responsible for.
This table lays it all out just perfectly. Let's just walk through it real quick. First, you've got process scheduling. That's just like air traffic control, deciding which program gets to use the processor and when. Then there's memory management. Think of that as baggage and gate allocation, making sure every piece of data has a place to go. File management, well, that's the airport's luggage storage system. The user interface, your desktop, your icons, all that stuff, that's basically the airport's signs and info desks. And finally, security is, well, it's exactly what it sounds like, the airport's security checkpoints. See? It all fits. Or let's cut right to the chase. Your exam is coming up. If you only remember a couple of things from this entire explainer, make it what's in this next section. This is your official exam cheat sheet, the stuff you absolutely, positively have to know. Here it is. This is the golden rule. The entire job of an OS can be boiled down to just these two roles. First, it is a resource manager. That means it controls and dishes out the physical hardware, the runways and gates. And second, it's a service provider. It gives essential help to the software, the planes and passengers, so they can get their jobs done. It's both the boss and the ultimate helper. I'm serious. If you only have time to cram one single concept, make it this one. The OS is a resource manager plus a service provider. If you can get that in your head, you've got the foundation to answer pretty much any question they throw at you. And why is that little equation so powerful? Well, it's because it perfectly sets you up to answer the two most common exam questions you're definitely going to face on this topic. And here they are. First, define what an operating system is. Easy, you know this. It's the software that manages all the hardware and software resources. And second, list the main functions of an operating system. You know this too. Just think back to our airport manager's job description. See, you're ready for both. So we've pretty much established that the OS is the all-powerful, all-knowing manager of our digital world. But that leaves us with one final, pretty important question. What happens when the manager messes up? What happens when air traffic control makes a mistake? Well, that's a story for another time.